Hello all, Joe Cool Gaming here with my initial experience of Ubisoft's Tom Clancy's The Division. This game is an open world third person shooter taking place in New York City after a virus is transmitted on money during the busiest shopping day in the United States, Black Friday. You assume the role of a sleeper agent for a government agency called The Division. The Division is an organization that was created to live their normal lives but to be called upon in extreme situations to help emergency responders. Starting the game in Brooklyn, you first create your character's appearance. Here I was extremely surprised to see how little customization you actually had access to. In a modern era where even in the basic of games you have seemingly endless customization, the Division only gives you a handful of options. You have the option of male or female. You can then choose one of 8 preset faces, and from there it's on to skin tone with another 8 options. What I find interesting is that the skin tone are various shades of what the perceived race of the face you selected is based on. So for a Caucasian, the skin tones only change to different peaches, pinks, and reds. In other words, you can't change a Caucasian face to an African American or Hispanic skin tone. And for an African American face, it only changes the pigment from lighter to darker. After the skin tone, you have the option of iris or eye color. But again, there is only 9 different colors to select from. After that, it's on to hair. Another lackluster selection of hairs with only 5 options for each, hairstyle and facial hairstyle. In the hair colors, we have 9 options with only natural hair colors including blacks, blondes, browns, reds, and grays. After hair, we have markings which include 5 scar patterns, 14 facial war paints with various color options depending on the war paint selected, and 28 tattoo selections including a tattoo saturation percentage bar, all of which did not interest me for either of the 2 characters I have created. The last category of the customization of your character is accessories, with only 6 piercing options and 4 glasses options. Here I fast forwarded through the creation process of making my second agent, my female agent. After creating your character, the game gives you a little bit of a tutorial, including the cover and gun systems. Now I know how everyone is complaining about the downgrade of the PC graphics, but to me this game is still a very pretty game, and with my rig I have the settings set to ultra and run consistently over 60 frames per second. But back to the gameplay. From there, you make your way to the safe house, an area where you can see other players online and possibly join up to complete missions. This is also where the game gives you your first 3 missions. Missions that get you more familiar with the controls and mechanics of the game. While in the safe house, you quickly see that due to the limited customization of your character, many of the players look fairly similar. The best way to set your character apart from other players is in the inventory menu under the appearance tab. Here you can set the attire that your character wears, including hats, jackets, pants, shirts, shoes, and scarves, an item I have yet to get. Another interesting thing I learned is that these appearance options are not tied to your individual character, but are tied to your profile. So while creating my second character, I had a lot more options to choose from, as there were appearance items I received while playing my other character. While the customization of the game is extremely limited, and having played about 6 hours, I will say that I do enjoy the mechanics of the game. The cover system works very well most of the time, rarely getting stuck on a piece of cover or transitioning from cover to cover, and the different guns used operate so differently, whether using a pistol, SMG, LMG, assault rifle, shotgun, or one of my favorites, if not my favorite, the sniper rifle. The RPG elements and progression of the game is enough to keep you grinding through, looking for better loot and weapons. I have read of some complaints, especially from beta players, about how many shots it takes to kill an enemy. While this is true, it does take quite a bit of bullets to incapacitate an enemy. It is an RPG at its core. The goal is to find stronger weapons that can incapacitate the enemies quicker. A perfect example of this is my sniper rifle. In the current areas I am playing, my sniper rifle can eliminate an enemy with 1 shot to the head. String 3 to 5 kills together and you feel pumped, like your character is really progressing to where you want him to be. But at the same time, just a few areas or missions later, and you realize it's now taking 2 shots. This is how the game progresses and encourages the further growth of your arsenal and the desire to find stronger loot as the game progresses. The game can feel like a grind sometimes, but this for me is not a problem. I enjoy the grind, and the game keeps a steady flow of loot to make you feel like the grind is actually accomplishing something. If you don't like the beta, then the Division might not be for you. However, I am hooked. But saying that, I will also say that it isn't quite the end-all game I have been hoping to get my hands on as of lately. I still find myself playing my other library of games including CSGO and Rocket League, but The Division is a great addition to my library, and I look forward to completing the game and spending large amounts of time in the Dark Zone, a player versus player area where you can team with other players to get more exclusive and powerful loot, or go rogue and attack other players in an attempt to steal their loot. Since the beta, I have not gone into the Dark Zone, nor have I teamed up with another player to complete any of the missions, but these are both features I look forward to extend the replayability of The Division.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Not shooting damn right. No problem. Yes, we got him.
If you have any questions on the game, feel free to drop a comment and I will try to answer it for you. I do also plan to do an actual review of the game later on, but felt more playtime was needed for a review and wanted to get you my initial perceptions of the game as quickly as I could. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe.